Mid-season Campfire Chat is behind us and the new patch is coming on Tuesday, 19th of November. This is not an exceptionally game-changing patch in my opinion, mainly buffs to existing classes, bug fixes and our favorite, various various stability improvements, and the Campfire Chat itself was quite short and it can be summed up in one statement: it simply happened. First of all, devs know that the Spiritborn is OP, unbalanced and relies on unintended interactions, but they don't plan on changing it until Season 7. This is the policy they're sticking to, which is not nerfing builds mid-season even if they're based on bugs, so as not to ruin the fun for players. The exception is fixing bugs that cause lag and make it harder for other players to play, like Spiritborn Evade build. This is a good direction in my opinion, because many players don't have more than a few hours a week to play, and I probably wouldn't be happy either if my build, which I try to complete some content with, like conquering the Citadel on T4, was nerfed overnight. The developers assure in Season 7 Spiritborn will be more balanced in relation to other classes. The mid-season patch brings us buffs to other classes, both active and passive skills. There will still be a gap between the basic classes and the Spiritborn, but there are actually quite a few buffs, so you have a link to the patch notes in the description. You can check what the class you are playing will gain from this patch. I currently play a rogue in addition to the two Spiritborns, and I can already see a few buffs that I suspect will strengthen my gameplay quite a bit. In addition to class buffs, we also have rune buffs and mercenary buffs. Artillery, Blast Wave and Conduit Shrines now deal increased damage, scaling with both character level and Paragon level. And this is the point I'm very curious about, especially how the Conduit Shrine will work. Every time I click it by accident, I rolled my eyes, waited for its effect to end. I hope it will be a positive change. In addition, a lot of previously mentioned bug fixes. The most interesting part of Campfire Chat, in my opinion, was the Q&A section. We learned from it that the current system for acquiring ancestral aspects is a bit too aggressive, and we will learn more about this, among other things, in the next Campfire Chat on November 21st, which will focus on the upcoming PTR. Devs do not intend to change the current XP acquisition system. It is mainly about leveling up to Paragon 300. The idea is that the decent build can be reached around Paragon 200, but the players still have something to work on and improve, levels that they can get if they want. Personally, I think the current grind to Paragon 300 is simply boring, mainly because we can only level up fairly effectively in the pit or possibly on hordes. I don't even mind that it's slow, it reminds me of the system from Diablo 2, but I find it irritating that we're basically chained to the pit because no other activity in the game, neither the Undercity nor Helltide, Hordes, Whispers, even the Citadel, give us as much XP for completing as the pit. Players would accept even such a slow grind much more warmly, but if it were possible to get the same XP value on every activity, because at this point we went back to what the devs wanted to avoid, what they mentioned before the expansion came out, that is, we all get to T4 and then grind the pit. It shouldn't look like that, but this is just my opinion. As for the crafting materials drop rate, for now legions are being buffed in this regard in the mid-season patch, and the developers are monitoring bottlenecks and potential balance changes will be implemented in Season 7. When asked if we can expect better loot in the Undercity, the developers addressed the issue with loot and ancestral drop rate in general, confirming that it is something they are working on and plan to make all the loot across the game better. There are currently no plans to change the tempering, but our feedback is being monitored. Nothing is set in stone yet. Armory system is coming and we should keep our eyes peeled because more information about it will be coming soon. The most important point, at least for me, was the fact that devs addressed the crash problem. They said they are aware of it, that they are monitoring it on an ongoing basis, they have logs from every crash, so we can expect more patches to stabilize the game. It's nice that this topic was raised. Dear developers, I doubt you're watching this, but if it's a request from me. Take a look at the memory leak, both RAM and VRAM, because it seems to me that this is currently a pretty big problem, most likely causing crashes for many users and for even more players, overheating of computers. Thank you for your attention. I keep my fingers crossed that you will patch this problem. Additional informations. On November 19th, together with the patch, we can expect an event as well as useful boost for your Eternal character. You can choose one character that will get a boost and perks such as legendary items, gold or obols. You have everything here on Blizzard News and also have a link to this article in the description. The holiday event, or Red Cloaked Horror, is back. The event will last until December 3rd and the Red Cloaked Horror will spawn in Helltides instead of Hellborns and will also have a chance to appear in Internal Hordes and dungeons. For slaying it, we will get Gillion's Brew, an elixir that will provide us with 20% increased damage for 30 minutes and an additional drop of herbs and crafting materials from monsters and 15% more experience. Midwinter Square will return to Kyovashad. I have the impression that I expected a little bit more from this event, but we'll see, maybe it won't be so bad. In the worst case, it will be the same as with the Halloween event, it will just be there. I wonder if there will be another holiday winter event, or this is all we can expect from Blizzard this year. If that's all, I won't hide the fact that it looks a bit sad, but oh well. From November 19th to 26th, which is just 1 week, the grace of the Mother will fall upon us, or more precisely, her blessing, which means we can expect more gold and, most importantly, an increase in the experience gained. I have a feeling that together with the event's potion, this might be a good opportunity to renew the attempt to hit the Paragon 300. If you want, visit me on Twitch channel, we can discuss Diablo or anything else. For now, I try to do live streams on Mondays and Wednesdays or Thursdays, but I don't rule out that in the future streams will appear more often. That's all for today. Take care.